soon after I bought my house, probably spring of 2012. I still remember how new everything felt at the time. I was getting used to being alone in a place that was completely mine, and sometimes it was a little strange hearing every little sound in it. I met this guy on Match.com. I don't even remember his name now. The only thing I really remember about him is that he designed pet toys, which I thought was kind of random at the time. We had gone on a couple of dates before this night. Nothing intense. It was pretty casual. I wasn't really expecting anything serious, and I don't think he was either. One night, I invited him over and gave him a tour of my house. I was kind of proud of it at the time, so I was talking a lot, showing him different rooms, explaining little things about the place. Something you should understand about me is that I talk. A lot. Especially when I'm comfortable. I just keep going, filling silence without really thinking about it. In hindsight, I probably should have realized he might have been expecting something more that night. We'd been on a couple dates, and now I was showing him my house. Eventually, we ended up in my bedroom. But at the time, I wasn't thinking about any of that. I was just sitting there talking, completely normal, like nothing was off at all. Then, something shifted. I don't know how else to explain it, except that the entire feeling in the room changed. It wasn't gradual, it was immediate. 1 second, everything was fine, and the next, it wasn't. I remember mid-sentence, I just stopped talking. It felt like I had suddenly become aware of him in a different way. Like I was seeing him clearly for the first time in a way that made my stomach drop. He wasn't responding anymore. He was just looking at me. Not smiling, not reacting, just staring. And in that moment, I felt unsafe. Not uncomfortable, unsafe. Like something was wrong and I didn't know what it was yet. I froze. I didn't know what to do, but every instinct I had was telling me something had changed and I needed to be aware of it. And then everything happened almost at once. One of my cats suddenly shot out from under the bed. Her tail was completely puffed up. She was hissing, and she bolted out of the room like something had scared her badly. Right after that, a massive gust of wind came through the open windows. It was strong enough that it pushed the curtains inward and blew papers off my dresser. At the same time, I heard a loud bang from downstairs. Not a small sound, something heavy. There was a pause after that, just silence. Then I heard it. Footsteps. Heavy footsteps coming from downstairs, moving fast at first, then steady, coming up the stairs. I remember trying to listen and make sense of it, like my brain was refusing to accept what I was hearing. The footsteps came up the stairs, then around the landing, then into the hallway. And then they stopped, right outside my open bedroom door. But there was no one there. No shadow, no figure, nothing. Just empty air in the doorway. The guy immediately stood up from the bed. He looked around like he didn't understand what was happening either. Like he was just as confused as I was, but also terrified in a different way. He said something about me having bad energy in the house. I didn't even respond. I just watched him grab his things in a hurry. And then he left. Fast. Like he couldn't get out of the house quickly enough. I stood there for a while after he was gone, just listening to the silence. The house felt completely normal again, which somehow made it worse. I never saw him again. He never contacted me after that night. And to this day, I still don't have an explanation for what happened in those few minutes.